I made a mistake on my immigration form. What do I do? Correct it on the record before USCIS does. The exact fix depends on 3 things: which form, what kind of mistake, and whether USCIS has already received it. In this video, you get 4 chapters. What kinds of mistakes are serious, whether your mistake will hurt your case, how to fix a form already sent in, and what not to do. I'm Giselle Rodriguez, immigration attorney and founder of the law offices of Giselle Rodriguez. With offices across the United States, hundreds of families have gone through this exact process, and I want to make sure you have everything you need to do this right. I post new videos every day to keep you informed on everything immigration. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing so you never miss one. Before we continue, this video is general information, not legal advice. Every situation is different. If you're working on this, please speak to an immigration attorney about your specific case. What kinds of mistakes are serious on an immigration form? There are 3 categories: a typo, wrong information, and missing information. Typos are usually fixable with no consequence. Wrong information is more serious. Missing information is the most serious of the 3. A typo is a clerical error, a misspelled name, a transposed number in a date, a missing letter. USCIS reviewers see thousands of these every week. They are fixable and they usually don't raise a red flag. Wrong information is more serious. The wrong date of entry, the wrong addresses from 5 years ago, the wrong employer. This changes the substance of what USCIS is reviewing. A wrong date of entry can affect eligibility. A wrong address can affect where notices are sent. Wrong information is correctable, but it has to be corrected the right way. Missing information is the most serious category. A question left blank that should have been answered. Something USCIS specifically asked about that did not get disclosed. In immigration law, an omission is the absence of required information. And an omission can sometimes be treated the same way as a misrepresentation. A misrepresentation can carry permanent immigration consequences. Before you do anything, identify under what category your mistake falls into. The fix is different for each one. A typo can wait. Wrong information should be corrected within days. Missing information about something material, like prior immigration history, criminal history, or family relationships, needs to be corrected immediately. Mistakes in any of these 3 categories are far more common on self-filed forms than on attorney-prepared ones. That is part of why people work with an attorney from the start. Will a mistake on my immigration form hurt my case? Generally, most mistakes won't hurt your case if you correct them honestly and quickly. What hurts the case is hiding the mistake, ignoring it, or trying to cover it up. USCIS officers expect mistakes. They're trained to spot the differences between an honest error and a misrepresentation. 3 things determine whether a mistake hurts your case. First, what kind of mistake it was. A typo on your name almost never affects your case, aside from the fact that you have to fix it eventually so that the documents come under your correct name. A wrong date that changes when you become eligible can affect it significantly. Missing information about something USCIS specifically asked about can be treated as a misinterpretation and carry permanent consequences. Second, when you correct it. A correction filed within days before USCIS finds the error is treated very differently from one that comes up at the interview. The earlier the correction, the more it looks like an honest mistake. The later the correction, the more it looks like you were hoping it would not be noticed. Third, how you correct it. An honest, documented correction on the record protects you. A quiet refiling without explanation, or a story about why the error happened, doesn't necessarily hold up. It may hurt you. Officers are trained to spot the difference. So the answer is not whether the mistake was big. The answer is what you do next. A small mistake handled poorly can become a big problem. A bigger mistake handled honestly and properly is usually fixable. How do I fix a mistake on a form I already sent to USCIS? Once USCIS has the form, you can't just send a corrected copy. You send a signed correction letter that explains what was wrong and gives the right information. The letter goes on the record so USCIS sees the fix the same day that they see the error. If USCIS does not have the form yet, the rule is simple. Print a clean copy, fill it out correctly, sign it with today's date. Send the corrected version. Do not cross out the old one. Do not use whiteout. A clean copy removes any doubt that the form was tampered with. Once USCIS has the form, the fix has to live on the record. The standard tool is a correction letter. A signed letter that explains what was wrong, what the correct information is, and why the error occurred. Attach supporting documents. Write your receipt number and your A number, your alien registration number, on every page. Send it to the same USCIS service center handling your case. There is no USCIS fee for sending a correction letter. And if you find another honest mistake later, you can send the second letter the same way. USCIS does not penalize you for catching errors in stages. What should I not do if I made a mistake on my immigration form? 3 things. Don't ignore the mistake, hoping USCIS won't notice. Don't file a brand new form on top of the old one without explanation. And don't lie about the mistake to cover it up. All 3 turn a fixable problem into a serious one. The first thing is ignoring it. People hope USCIS won't notice. USCIS will notice. That's their job. And if they catch it before you correct it, the case stops being about your application and becomes more about your credibility. Catch the mistake yourself, fix it before USCIS finds it, and put the correction on the record. The second is filing a brand new form on top of the old one without explanation. 2 conflicting forms in the same file creates confusion at best. And sending a new form without the proper filing fee will mean that second form will be rejected. Send a correction letter that explains the change and reference the original by receipt number. The third is lying about the error, saying it was a translator's mistake when there was no translator, blaming the form, saying you didn't understand the question when you did. This is the worst of the 3. An honest correction is treated very different from a cover-up. USCIS officers are trained to spot the difference. Own the error in plain language. Do not invent a reason. And once USCIS officially finds that you misrepresented something, the consequences can be permanent. Even a great attorney can rarely undo a finding the agency has already entered against you. Document everything. Keep a copy of the original form, the correction, and proof of mailing. The pattern across all 3, silence, confusion, and dishonesty, hurts you. Honest, documented, prompt correction protects you. You found a wrong date on a form you filed last month. You think, I'll just file a corrected version and hope nobody asks. USCIS now has 2 conflicting forms with no explanation. At your interview, mistakes happen. People are human. A mistake on a form is almost never the end of a case. Hiding the mistake is what ends cases. Honest correction is what saves them. If you are working on this, identify what kind of mistake it is. Decide whether USCIS already has the form, and put an honest correction on the record. If the case is approved, denied, in the interview stage, or involves missing information about prior immigration history or criminal history, please speak to an attorney before you do anything else. If you want help walking through your specific situation, call our office or visit our website. The information is in the description. Book a consultation and we will tell you exactly where you stand. I'm attorney Giselle Rodriguez. You've got this.